Welcome back to 11:11 with Chaga Tea. I'm Fiona Barrett, and I'm with my co-host Roberta. How you doing today,
doing
Roberta?
really well. Sitting outside in November.
Yeah, it is a gorgeous day today, and we decided our show today we would show you how to make Chaga tea. We have had several conversations with people about Chaga and Chaga tea, and we thought that we would take the opportunity to answer and respond to the questions we've had and give you what you are looking for in this show in terms of information. What do you think?
Excellent. I am sitting right in front of a crock pot filled with Chaga tea. We're hoping that you can see this dark brown color inside of a beautiful crock pot. And what's this made out of, Fiona?
I like to use a ceramic crock pot so you don't get any contamination from any metals. And you can get them with a ceramic liner. And so in our crock pot we have our Chaga tea chunks, well, our Chaga mushroom chunks that we use to make our tea. And as you can see, they're a dark, sizable chunk.
Your chunks are much bigger than the ones I got.
Are they? Yeah.
Yes.
And so depending on how dark and strong you want your tea will depend on how many chunks you put in. But I usually put about 5 of these chunks in. And I fill up the pot with spring water. I like to use natural spring water, not tap water, because I don't want water to be contaminated with fluoride or chlorine, and it impacts the taste and nutrient value of the tea. So I like to use natural spring water. This is a great brand you can get in a bottle. You can buy it in a grocery store, and then we also actually take ourselves off to a local spring and fill them up and replenish that way.
And it's much better to hold your water in a glass container.
Yeah, because again, you don't get any leaching of plastics into the water.
Yes.
So we put 5 to 6 chunks of the chaga mushroom into the crock pot, and then I fill the pot with water. So that usually takes about 1.5 quarts of water to begin with. And then I let it brew for about 5 to 6 hours, and that's when I would start drinking the tea. And then I keep the tea brewing continuously, and I keep adding more spring water as I drink the tea, and I add more water, and then I get to a point where the tea gets a little weaker, and then I add more mushroom chunks. So it's just a continuous flow.
And when do you put in the vanilla? I love the flavor of vanilla.
Right.
And Chaga tea already has a natural flavor.
Natural vanilla. Yes, it does.
It tastes a lot like vanilla.
Well, before I knew that, I kind of intuitively added vanilla to my tea. And I think in the beginning I wanted a little bit of a sweeter taste. So I was adding some vanilla extract and also some goji berries, which are another superfood, and you can eat them just as a berry. But they also add a nice little sweetness to the chaga tea. If you're the kind of person that likes something a little sweeter, the vanilla, the goji berries, and also if you want to, you can add some honey as well. I wouldn't add that to the crock pot. I'd add that into my cup of tea as a sweetness.
And I don't know if you can see the color in this ladle, but it is a beautiful burnt brown color, and in the sun you can see it has a nice golden look to it. So it has a very delightful, rich flavor that was surprising coming from a mushroom for me. I was very, very pleased with my first cup of chaga because I didn't really know what to expect.
And I think that's a really good point, Roberta. A lot of people that we've had as guests on our show didn't know what to expect from chaga tea, and they've been surprised and really like it. And a lot of people feel like it's more like coffee than a tea, which I think is interesting because it does look like coffee. It looks like black coffee. And you can, and I have actually made recipes like a chaga tea latte, chaga tea smoothie. So you can use it in the same ways that you would use coffee. So I think that is really good to know about chaga.
So today This is a very smooth taste, and it is a little sweeter than my chaga that I have brewing in my house in a crock pot. But it's delicious, and I've gotten used to this, and I have it first thing in the morning and all day long, and I have something that's ready and healthy to drink during the day instead of having something that isn't so good for you. But in addition, you should be drinking water, right?
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, even though this has a spring water in it, it wouldn't substitute all your water intake with chaga tea. But for medicinal purposes, if you want to get medicinal benefits from chaga tea, you do need to be drinking about 6 or 8 cups a day of strong intensity of chaga tea.
So 6 to 8 cups. That's a lot of fluid.
Yeah, well, if you think these cups are probably 8 ounces, I think. Yeah. So there will be 6 eighths of 48.
6 eighths of
Did my
48.
math right?
Yes. I'll have to increase my consumption.
Yeah, I mean that's, it depends if you want it just for a nice drink or if you want it for medicinal purposes. There's 2 elements to chaga. One is it's a tonic, so it's a kind of it peps you up like a tonic would. And then there's also a medicinal purpose. And to get the medicinal benefits, you need to drink more of it. So, not everyone's going to be drinking it for medicinal purposes.
No. But we're very pleased with the number of people who have asked specifically about chaga and how to make it and what it's all about. So we felt that by showing you the actual pot and what it looks like and what the mushrooms really look like and the goji berries, this might take some mystery out of the word chaga.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and I think when we started this show, Roberta, we didn't know. We called it 1111 with Chaga Tea because we were drinking Chaga Tea at the time of making our show, which was really also about community. But we've had a lot of feedback about the chaga elements, so we wanted to respond to the questions that we're receiving and the feedback that we're getting. And I think it's really important that we're always consistently communicating what you want to hear and see. And so we invite you to share with us more of the questions you might have for us, more things that you might like to know about, whether it's related to chaga and or the community.
Yes, any other related health questions that you have. We're very happy to talk about them on 1111 with Chaga Tea.
Yes.
So thank you very much for listening today, and we hope you'll make a crock pot soon.